The supermarket gleamed under soft white lights, shelves perfectly lined with snacks and cereal. 7-year-old Amira skipped down the aisle, her laughter like a tiny melody echoing through the air. She held a small red basket, half filled with juice and her favorite cereal. Her father, Mr. Johnson, smiled warmly as he checked a shopping list on his phone. Just one more thing, pumpkin. Go grab your candy, then meet me by the checkout. Amira nodded eagerly and darted toward the candy shelf. She stretched her little hand toward a pack of rainbow sweets, her favorite. Then a harsh voice cut through the calm. Hey, what are you doing? She turned to see a tall white man in a manager's uniform storming toward her, eyes sharp with suspicion. You think you can just take that and run? Amira blinked, startled. No, sir. I was going to pay for it. Don't you lie to me, he shouted, stepping closer. Before anyone could react, smack! His hand struck her tiny cheek. The sound cracked through the aisle like lightning. A pack of chips tumbled off a nearby shelf. The store went silent. Amira froze, eyes wide, tears pooling. The candy slipped from her hand and hit the floor. Her father turned the corner just in time to see her trembling. His calm expression vanished. What did you just do? His voice was low, steady, but carried the kind of quiet power that made the air tighten. The manager's confidence faltered. She was stealing. Finish that sentence carefully, Mr. Johnson said, stepping closer, eyes cold. Shoppers began whispering, some recording. The manager's hands trembled slightly, but pride wouldn't let him back down. Sir, I run this place. Mr. Johnson's gaze darkened. Not anymore, you don't. No one in that store knew that the man standing in front of them wasn't just a customer. He was the CEO of the entire supermarket chain. As Amira's father gently lifted her into his arms, the crowd could sense something was about to change, and justice was only just beginning. Welcome to Golden Stories, where every story shines with truth, emotion, and justice. The supermarket had gone silent. All that could be heard was the faint hum of the refrigerators and the sound of Amira's quiet sobs against her father's chest. Mr. Johnson looked down at the trembling manager, his face unreadable. You slapped my daughter, he said softly, a 7-year-old child because of candy. The manager stammered, glancing around for backup. Sir, I didn't know she was with you. That's your problem, Mr. Johnson interrupted. You don't think before you act. You see skin before you see a person. A few employees nearby froze. They'd seen the manager's temper before, but never like this. Never in front of someone so calm, so controlled. Mr. Johnson turned to one of the cashiers. Call your regional director. Tell him that David Johnson, CEO of Johnson's Market Group, is here, and that one of his store managers just assaulted my daughter. Gasps rippled through the aisles. The manager's face drained of color. You're the CEO? Yes, Mr. Johnson said simply. And you just put your hands on my family. Security stepped back, unsure what to do. The customers, many who'd filmed the slap, lowered their phones, realizing who they were witnessing. Mr. Johnson adjusted his daughter's coat, his voice still calm. You'll have time to think about what you've done. I'll make sure of it. For the first time, the arrogant manager couldn't find a single word, only fear. The next morning, the video had spread like wildfire. Clips of the slap, the silence, and the father's calm authority filled every corner of social media. The caption read, open quote, manager slaps little girl, her dad turns out to be the CEO, close quote. By noon, reporters crowded outside the same supermarket. Corporate headquarters buzzed with calls. Employees whispered in the break room, half in shock, half relieved that someone had finally stood up to the manager everyone feared. Inside his office, the manager sat pale and shaking. His phone rang nonstop. Unknown numbers, angry comments, endless shame. His name and face were now everywhere. Then the door opened. Mr. Johnson walked in, calm as ever. I didn't have to fire you, he said, placing a termination letter on the desk. The internet already did. The manager's eyes watered. Sir, I lost my temper. Please, Mr. Johnson raised a hand. No one should ever lose their temper on a child, especially not one who did nothing wrong. He turned to leave, his daughter's voice echoing faintly from the hallway. Daddy, can we go home now? Mr. Johnson smiled softly. Yes, sweetheart, justice is done. As they walked past cameras and flashing lights, Amira held his hand tighter, her little face calm again. In the distance, news anchors repeated his words, open quote, you see skin before you see a person, and that's the problem, close quote. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more golden stories. A week later, the supermarket reopened under new management. Posters now lined the entrance with the company's new campaign. Open quote, respect every customer, every time. Close quote. Mr. Johnson stood quietly by the doors as employees greeted customers. He didn't come to boast or gloat, just to make sure lessons were truly learned. From across the street, the former manager watched, wearing plain clothes, head lowered. No camera crews, no reporters, just him and the weight of his own choices. He'd lost his job, reputation, and pride in one afternoon. As he turned to leave, a small voice called out, "Sir?" It was Amira. She stepped forward shyly, holding out a small paper bag. Inside was a pack of rainbow candy, the same kind he once snatched from her hand. "My daddy said forgiveness is stronger than anger," she said softly. "So, this is for you." The man froze, eyes filling with shame. For the first time, he didn't feel hatred, only regret. He knelt slightly, voice trembling. "I'm sorry, little one." Amira smiled gently and returned to her father, who placed a hand on her shoulder with quiet pride. As they walked away, sunlight poured through the glass doors, a reminder that dignity doesn't shout. It stands tall and lets truth speak for itself. If this story touched you, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe because every story deserves to be heard. This is Golden Stories, where truth burns brighter than hate.